Hello, hello, hello. I'm making a rock video. I want to make a calming video today for all of us, for myself included. I need calming videos. I always fall asleep to my own videos. It feels really good. I also want everyone, particularly women, to watch the videos by Vera Wilhelmsen from Norway. She's in Norway. She's making videos for YouTube on self-empowerment, on the healing process. She is one of the absolute top major people in the world. Not famous yet, but I know it energetically. I see it. What a remarkable soul. And this is a real gem for me that I came across her videos. A very old soul, very, very advanced mind. Okay, very, very helpful. She has gone through unimaginable suffering and managed to get herself out through researching and reading on holistic healing, like I have done too. We come across many different things, so many things that we both discovered, like teal swan and Ayurveda and juicing and raw food and whole food vegan and all of these things, on healing and self-empowerment. So, and this self-love is really the absolute key in all of this. You have to love yourself. You must love yourself. Whether you're a woman or a man, you have to love yourself. I'm not saying in some kind of neurotic, selfish, egoic, overinflated type of vanity or something, but in a genuine way. You genuinely love yourself. Like I said in my video yesterday, I hold my belly, I touch my belly, the beautiful baby skin, and I say to myself, I love you. And that's wonderful, okay? And no hater in the chat room can take that away from me. That's the beauty of it, No vicious asshole who wants to break my mind can take that ever away from me. That self-love. I can say to him, I can say to Terry, don't watch my videos, okay? Watch someone else's. Watch a 20-year-old woman's videos. Don't watch my videos, Terry. Okay? But you cannot take away my self-love. You try to break me. That will somehow boost your ego if you can break me, right? You can't. Because I genuinely love myself. I genuinely love my body. Yes, I feel self-conscious. Yes, I do. Yes, I feel very, very insecure in terms of being loved by others or being liked. That still cannot take away my self-love. My self-love is the foundation of my life. Okay. I love my gorgeous, big, juicy, baby skin body. Okay, and nobody can take that away from me. You don't have to watch my videos. You can block me. You never have to see my photo again. That's the beauty of the internet. I'll never feel like I'm imposing on you. I'm not your creep, baby. I'm not stalking you. Okay. I'm just friendly old dog mom, talking to everyone, innocently, naively, talking to everyone, including vicious motherfuckers. Okay. I didn't know. Then they come up with some enormous viciousness suddenly out of nowhere. Like, what did I do to deserve that? How did I deserve this kind of treatment, this kind of abuse, this kind of insult? How did I deserve that? That's not my problem. Idea was the sadness of that, and or the anger, or the disappointment, or the hurt. It always docks onto my childhood. Idea was that in that moment, in my own room. I'm not lashing it out on you. I don't retaliate. I'm not gonna play some weirdo game with you with some kind of incognito channel or role play stuff to hurt you back. No, I don't do that kind of stuff. Okay. Idea was my emotions in my own room. I say in my own room, Terry, why do you hate me so much? What did I do to you to deserve that kind of treatment? And then I cry, okay, and then I might say, the very hard to say things, which is, please love me. That goes very deep, man. It goes very deep. I don't know Terry. I don't know him. I have no idea. This is just a trigger. I don't know any of these people. But they trigger me. We trigger each other. So in that sense, this is not just some silly hobby type of, like a video game or something. No, this is that they're real people that are really triggered all the time. Whether they acknowledge that to themselves or not, they are very badly triggered. Yes. We got every emotion going on in the chat room that you can possibly imagine. But people want to hide it because they're ashamed about it. The shame is that's the number one driving force in most people. The shame is a complete iron wall between people. It causes division, anti-communication, anti-information, war, Cold War, prejudice, the entire list of negative things that are happening in the world because of shame, hiding, masquerading, role play, mindfuck games. It's because of shame. But this can be healed, This can absolutely be healed. So that's my mission, My mission is I am here. I am who I am. I'm 55 with wrinkles and I'm not ashamed about it. I have sexual needs, my estrogen levels off the charts. I'm not ashamed about it, okay? I'm still fertile, I'm not ashamed about it. I show my boobs at 55, I'm not ashamed about it, okay? And I'm not going to be ashamed about it in 20 years either. If I'm still alive then. If I haven't been shot then. it's gonna be interesting, get really wrinkly and still be empowered, more empowered than ever before, and go like, your problems, your insults are not my problem. Okay. They trigger me and I feel it. But they're not my problem. They are your problems. If you have a problem with me, then that is your problem, not my problem. Because I don't have a problem with me. Okay. I love myself. I love my body. If you have a problem with me, you don't have to see me. You don't have to watch my videos or see my photo. You don't have to see what I write. Okay? You have that freedom. But if you read what I write and watch my videos, then that's your own responsibility. Okay? You only have yourself to blame for whatever bad feelings come up. I offer good feelings. I offer healing. The truth hurts though. Okay? But that's not my problem. If the truth hurts you, that's not my problem. That's your problem. We have to sort these things out. Okay? They have to be sorted out with utmost diligence. Let's unjumble this chaos. It starts with you, it starts with me. Okay? And for me, I cannot see any other way. It has always been like this. My brain is set up that way. I cannot do manipulation stuff or playing something, denial, those kind of things. I cannot do it. When I get triggered, I deal with that in that very moment. I get into the feeling, it comes up anyway, either way. Whether I want it or not, it comes up. Has always done that. So I deal with that. I feel it, I cry it out. I might hit my pillow. It frees up enormous energy in my system, in my entire energetic system. That's prana. When I hit my pillow, there's prana. It's just a volcano of prana that comes up. I carry enormous prana inside of me. That's life force, chi. And that's empowerment. And the way I deal with it is I take that into my own meditation space. The couch, my room, my bed, my pillow, my baby blanket. Those are my modalities to feel my feelings. Everyone should do it. If everyone did it, the world would become a wonderful place for everyone to feel safe. If I had friends, which I don't, if I had friends, I would be hanging out with those friends every day, like I did at the Primal Center in LA. We hung out with those people. We got plenty of triggers from them. Right now, I don't have, for a very long time, I don't have physical friends except for Paul. And Paul never deals with his emotions, ever. That's not my problem. That's his problem. I tried to help him. Same with my mother. They go into resistance. Most people do. That's not my problem. That's their problem. If they go into resistance, then they're in resistance. There's nothing I can do about it. The only thing I can do, and this is how we make these baby steps forward, the only thing I can do is I can make videos, I can explain this, I can talk about it, I can talk about my own healing process and what I go through in detail, the feelings that I go through, and offer that to the world. I offer that as a path. If people are in resistance, if they're not ready for it, then they're not ready for it. There's nothing I can do about it, but I can offer it to the world. So that's what I'm offering. I'm offering the healing path. I'm offering holistic healing. That's all I can do. I'm not struggling with you. There's so much I want to talk about. There's so much. But this is my own path. I get triggered. I feel rejected. The reason why it hurts so bad is because it docks onto my childhood trauma of being rejected, abandoned, not loved, not cuddled. My mother doesn't want me. Okay, that's the underlying feeling. It goes through my entire life. I am not wanted. I'm physically not wanted. I know that a lot of people can relate to this, but most people will run away from that pain. They don't want anything to do with it. That's not my problem. I can't force them. I can only offer this in a passive way on the internet or in the chat room or on Facebook. I am there. I'm there for you. Okay? You can run away screaming. That's not my problem. I'm still here. You cannot take away my self-love. It doesn't matter what insults you use. You cannot take away my self-love. That's beautiful. That's empowerment. I want everyone to get to that point. That's pure power. That's pure prana and chi. You cannot take away my self-love. Tony Robbins talked about that. It's powerful stuff. Absolute power. That went very deep when I listened to one of the audio tapes when he explained what he was practicing with a woman on stage at one of his empowerment seminars. A fat woman who had pulled all of her hair out. it's a form of self-medicating. It's a little bit like cutting. It creates a dopamine loop addiction. She did that out of anxiety and self-hate, feeling rejected. All of these things fall into this despair. She was sexually abused as a child, and she talked about it, and she couldn't find a boyfriend, and he made her do a self-affirmation mantra. Self-empowerment affirmation. Over and over again. And then he had men insulting her. And then he had her do that self-affirmation while they were insulting her. And she was saying, I love myself. I love myself. I send sunbeams of love to myself and everyone else. I am a son of love. Okay. Nobody can take that away from me. Nobody can mind fuck me, metal bend my brain. Okay. No one can destroy me. I'm a son of love. And she kept doing this and doing that and doing that and doing that. And then he had the guys stop doing the insults. They do this in Scientology, by the way. This is a very powerful method to do. But I don't recommend Scientology. I don't recommend cults or religions. We can do this on our own. You don't have to worship anyone or pay anyone for that. This is free information that should be there for everyone to use. And after that self-affirmation, she felt empowered. And then he said to her, what do you want to say to the haters in the front row? She said, I know I don't look like your Hollywood standards. I know that I don't look like what you're looking for in a woman. You're looking for a beautiful 20-year-old. That's not me. I know that whatever, her hair had been pulled out. I know that I may not look that good on the outside, but deep inside of me, in my brain, in my mind, there's a beautiful soul. There's a beautiful dog mother. There's a beautiful indigo. There's a beautiful, powerful light being in there. A light being of love, who deserves love. And then she cried a whole lot. And then she felt a whole lot better. And that's empowerment. That's prana. That's not doing sneaky little sarcastic mind games. That's empowerment. Okay. You deal with it in your own room. You say, you are loved. You are beautiful. And I appreciate Frank for saying that to me in the chat room, because I know Frank senses that I'm badly triggered by the haters, by Terry and other people, and that Prince Charming, yes, wow, a metal bender, he wants to break my brain. It's out of his own despair. Terry too. They're in despair. Okay. When people are full of hate or full of troll energy, or they want to break someone, they're in despair. That's a fact. So my compassion goes out there for them, and I really mean it. But you cannot break me. I am a love son. That's what I am. I'm an infinite dog mother. I have infinite love in me. Nobody can take that away from me. You will never break me, no matter what. And I see that Frank sees that I'm triggered, that I'm hurting. I'm hurting in my own room. I don't lash it out on other people. Frank sees that and appreciates that. Whatever Frank feels for me, that's not the issue here. What matters here is that he's a friend. Okay? That he says nice things to me. That he tries to make me feel good. That he appreciates me as a friend. That's what matters. Even in the chat room, even in what my brother calls hell, there are some gems in there. Okay. There are some friends. And Zane and Pickle and Pretty. And PPP. I think that's Frank. I don't know. But whether that's Frank or not doesn't matter. Those are my friends. And I think that they see that I am a friend. They see that I'm a kind-hearted person. They see that I'm deserving of love. They don't have to love me romantically. That's not the issue here. They appreciate me as a person. That's the most important thing there is. Doesn't matter how old I am or how horrific I look. They appreciate me as a friend. It doesn't matter how clownish I am or crazy artist. It doesn't matter how ugly I am on the outside. They appreciate me as a friend. That's what matters. Okay? That we appreciate each other as friends. I don't want anything from anyone. I get misunderstood a lot. I would never come onto a man like on my own like this. Like I see a man and I go like, oh, I want you. I would never do that. I would never do that. I'm very, very, I'm very passive in that way. Okay. But when a man comes onto me, I'm first very, very passive for a long time. I don't even react to it. That can go on for months, and has. And then they continue, and then we have also good conversations. Then I become attached. And I'm not ashamed about that. That's what happens. That's psychological mechanism. I become attached. I might fall in love. Okay. And then I might turn around and say, I like you too. And then he retracts. Then he walks away. He doesn't talk to me anymore. And then I give up on it. I talk to someone else. And then he thinks that I should still be adoring him and paying attention to him. Because he likes the attention. Okay. And then he'll say something to lure me back in, so that I will turn around again and say, let's have a cup of tea together. Let's hold each other. And then he runs again. You do that a couple of times with me and I'm finished with you. Okay. Because I have my boundaries and I love myself. I really do. So if you like me as a friend, treat me as a friend. Treat me as your friend buddy. Okay. Treat me as a friend. Be nice to me, treat me as a friend. Don't look at me, don't look at my boobs, don't look at my butt, don't look at my belly dancing videos. Okay. Don't say anything that makes me think that you like me physically. Okay, don't do it. Don't play that game. If you don't like me, then don't say anything that will make me confused. Okay, I would appreciate that. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the friendship. Okay. If you do like me physically, only you know that. Only your body knows that. You know when your body knows some. You know when your body wants a woman. Okay. You know that. So it's not self-centered now. If you like a woman, if you like her body, then show it to her, tell her, and connect with her. That's my advice. Only you know what you want. You know what you're afraid of. You know what the situation is for you. You know if you're afraid of showing your face. Or you're afraid of, I don't know what you're afraid of. If you find me ugly, then why do you say things that lead me on? Why do you do that? Maybe you are sadistic. Maybe you like that attention. Big old mama giving you attention. I don't know what it is. I deal with this in my own room, okay? My needs come up, my attachment comes up, my wanting comes up, the need to be held by a big man with his big arms around me and big chest. Not man boob, just strong muscular chest. Could be chubby, chubby and buff. I like that. Whoever you are out there. There are several men I like, and they have given me very mixed messages. Very mixed. They want to bend my brain and break it. They're saying, Nikki, I'm shy, or Nikki. Why do you do that if you find me so ugly? Okay, I'm dealing with this now in that's my own therapy session. I don't want anything from you. This is my own therapy process. This is what we need to do in group therapy. Yeah. A person wants to say something to someone, and the other person is asked to not intercept. Stay there, listen, don't do anything. The other person needs to just express that. The therapist is the one in charge to guide the person through that process. The therapist is the one who sees the clues, who sees the emotions, who sees where this is going, who sees when the person is trying to run off from the emotions, distract herself or himself from something. And the therapist is there to say, come back to that, what you just said. Come back, that made your nose red. Come back to that. Okay? Guide you through this. The other person, the addressed person, is there to sit there and mind his own business. Okay. This is not a request. This is my therapy process right now. Okay. When I'm triggered, when I want someone, it docks onto my childhood trauma. That's why it is so intense, because if I didn't have the childhood trauma, first of all, if I didn't have the childhood trauma, I would have already seen all the clues of that person not being a stable boyfriend material. I would have already seen that long time ago. I would have already seen that 10 miles away and would have said, oh, here is someone who is not a stable boyfriend material. So I don't even invest anything into it. I just let me walk straight to the guy who is stable boyfriend material. But the reason why I go to the unstable, so-called, in quotation marks, boyfriend material is because I'm doing a repetition compulsion with my mother. I am drawn to this. It's a little bit like masochism. I'm drawn to it again and again and again to keep up that struggle of, Mommy, please love me. Mommy, what can I do to make you love me? I'll do anything to make you love me. Mommy. Mommy will never love me, no matter what I do. No matter how smart I am. No matter how good I paint. No matter how nice I am to her. She will never love me. Never. I keep up that struggle. Because the realization of Mommy is never gonna love me, no matter what I do. That's a plunge. That's garlic of truth. Okay. The unstable boyfriend material is not ready to love me. Not because he's evil or something. No, because he is in his own pain. Okay. He is doing act-outs out of his own pain. Whatever those act-outs are, whatever that pain is, whatever he needs, he may not even be fully aware of what he actually needs. He may be in an inner conflict. He may be in a contradiction within himself. What signals to me from his conflict is, oh, there is another unstable boyfriend material that I can use to perpetuate the struggle for love. Mommy, please love me. Terry, love me. Zane, love me. Max, love me. PPP, love me. Frank, love me. You know, it just goes on and on and on and on. And then the more they signal wanting me, my body, and also when it becomes really tricky is when that's in combination with meaningful conversations, where I also feel respected, where I feel seen, also as a friend too. That's when I fall in love. When there's a big brain, when there's someone I can talk to. Suddenly I see a sentence that indicates, oh, he sees me actually. He remembers something I said before. He's watched my videos. Oh my gosh. I didn't know. I thought he didn't give a shit. And then he acts like he doesn't give a shit the next day. And it goes back and forth, back and forth. I don't know what's going on in his mind. I don't know what it is. Only he knows what it is. Only he knows why he approaches me and then retracts. Only he knows. You know. And then you drink alcohol, and then sometimes the truth comes up, you know, true feelings come up, true wants come up, more confusion, more mixed messages, metal bending, torture. That is what it is for a woman. In the chat room, that's extra convoluted, because everyone sees what everyone writes, unless we block someone. A man retracts, the woman talks to another man. There's another man coming onto me suddenly. One I haven't seen before, could be the same person with another channel. I have no. There's a lot of new channels that know a lot about me. Like I've talked to them before. I see. Incognito. More incognito accounts. I'm blindfolded, but you can see. You're tapping me, you're turning me, you're twirling me, you're touching my boobs and my butt, and I don't see you. I don't know who touched me there. I don't know who it was. You agitate my hormones, my nervous system, my needs, my wants. And then you walk away. Maybe you saw another guy come onto me, and you hate me for it. Like that's my fault. You call me whore. You call me slut. You hate me for another guy wanting me, coming onto me. Some men come on in a very crudish kind of way. Sometimes so crudish that I feel trolled. I feel like that was bullying. So I never know really where it's flirting or where it's bullying or what the intention behind it is. Boredom, easy target, I don't know. or if he actually likes my body, I don't know. I have no idea. Nothing can break me. Nothing can make me not love my body. I will always love my body, no matter how much you hate my body. No matter how ugly and old you find me. I will always love my body. Okay? That's prana, that's empowerment. I have a blue sphere of the blue God around me. Nobody can trespass into my blue God sphere of protection. I only meet someone who gives love. Okay. On eye level. Not in a bondage situation, not in some kind of me being under you, you whipping me. That comes from severe childhood trauma when men have the need to do hurtful things to a woman to make them feel like their libidos are boosted. That's very neurotic. That is from childhood trauma. That's not stable boyfriend material for me. Or a man coming onto me and saying he wants me to be with him and another woman. And I say I'm very monogamous in that way. I don't want women sexually. Okay. I don't like orgies. I don't like triangulation of any sort. And I say that. I make that very clear. And he comes on again and again and again and suggests the same things again. Then my childhood trauma comes up of rejection, of abuse, of jealousy. Okay? That's when I block the person. When they don't respect my needs. Particularly after I laid my needs out very clear. Or someone says, I want to see you in high heels. And I say, that's not my thing. I don't like high heels. I don't like long fingernails. I'm not interested in that kind of crappy, old-fashioned BS. I'm a modern woman. Okay, I'm from the future. And he continues this. I want to see you in lace and high heels. No, brother, it's not going to happen. Okay, you're blocked. And if it's a friend, if it's a good friend who says that, then I cry and I feel very disrespected. And I'll say that to him. And I may not be engaging with him anymore. I may not block him, but I may not engage with him anymore. My own therapy process is, I say to my blue God, please send me someone. Send me a big man who is emotionally stable for me. Send me a big man who does not get offended or hurt or jealous or whatever it is. Or libido depressed or mad or feel like he needs to kill me or run away, never talk to me again, just because I made the wrong facial movement, like this, for whatever reason, or said the wrong thing, and then he gets triggered and runs off or whatever, or he thinks I'm terrible or unacceptable or ugly or whatever. I want a man who is there for me, who is stable. You know, I will be extremely careful and gentle. That's who I am. I'm extremely gentle. But if he for some reason feels like I said something that triggered him or whatever it did, jealousy or made him feel like he's not in charge or whatever it is, libido depression. If I may have talked about an ex-boyfriend that triggered him or whatever it is, don't run off, you know, that's, if you're stable, don't run off. A stable man does not run off. He will say what that made him feel. He'll say that to me. He say, can we talk about this? I want to get this off my chest, you know, I want to get this out on the table, that material, that his own hurt, his own feelings, whatever it is, his own doubts. Get it on the table. Say it. Ask me questions. And then I know what you feel. Then I know what's going on inside of your mind. And I will never laugh about you or use your vulnerability against you, ever. I would never do that. I wouldn't do this to a stranger either. I wouldn't even do it to a bully. The bullies, they do it, and they know they do it, and they think that I will do it to them, and they interpret my behavior that's totally unrelated as some kind of evil game against them. I've seen all of this already in the chat. And then they come back and retaliate against a shadow, against an evil thing I did that I never did. And all of this because they don't lay their cards out on the table. All of this because they don't reveal to me what they are actually feeling and thinking. So instead they'll torture me some more. They'll do the metal bending. And some of them are very smart and use their intelligence completely in this way of extremely manipulative metal bending in a very tormenting, vicious, torturous way, like Patrick. If you incriminate yourself, I will use your name publicly. You no longer have the right to confidentiality. If you are a complete jerk, then I will call you out. Okay. That's what Patrick did with me for months. I was very patient with him. I thought I could help him somehow, but there's no way. He's in resistance. How can I help him? He's not receptive to what I say. A compliment, whatever compliment I give him as a friend or for his intelligence, he will immediately interpret that as me wanting him. I have no idea how he looks like. How can I want someone physically if I don't even know how they look like? It's impossible, right? There could be, the only thing that I may want is like, I may want to see him. I may want to talk to him. I may want to connect with him, on Facebook, do a live chat, video chat, so that I can see you, that makes me want to see you. If you are intelligent and if you make me feel something. But if I don't see you, then there's no way you can interpret me praising anything about you as me coming onto you. It doesn't work that way at all. So many misunderstandings. Sometimes I just want to talk to a friend, If I meet a friend and then I will say to a friend, oh, this is a shitty situation here right now. And the friend will then interpret that as me being desperate for him to rescue me out of this. No, that's a misunderstanding. I just wanted to share that as you're my friend. Let's share how we feel. Me saying I'm in a desperate situation doesn't automatically mean you have to come and rescue me right now, or that I'm putting pressure on someone. Me crying or saying, crybabying on your shoulder, saying, oh, this is a terrible situation. I have bladder infection. He caused me another bladder infection. I just want to share this with my friends. It makes me feel better if I can share that with my friends. That doesn't mean you have to come right now with your van or whatever, vehicle or bus or motorhome and come and pick me up. No, that does not mean that. I'm a big woman. I can manage my own life. Okay, I'm not in imminent threat here. Paul is not a dangerous person. It's dangerous only in the sense for me if I stayed here indefinitely for the rest of my life. That would be very, very tormenting. I would get 100 more bladder infections. I have to put the blanket on right now. Okay. Actually, putting this over me. This helps. So. Also typing, if I type a lot and the room is 60 degrees, it doesn't matter how bundled up I am. My hands are still exposed to the elements, right? It gets cold. So it's very uncomfortable to live here. Very, very uncomfortable. I would be better off in the van or in a homeless shelter where they have it toasty warm. Or I can get a space somewhere in the corner with my computer. I would be better off than this morgue situation here. I'm like in a morgue. I'm half dead. My hands, dead hands, ice cold. The bladder infections, that's hell. I tell you, that's pure torture. That's physical torture. That's extreme physical torture. That's as bad as someone pushing a knife into my chest. That's as bad as that. And I don't want to go through this. I had I don't know how many I had since I've been with Paul. 30 bladder infections, something like that. And then I had many as a child too. It's an ongoing thing. And I think it's also energetically tied to sexual abuse. So there's definitely a vulnerability there in that area. Okay. There's an energetic hurt happening. And I want to heal that, I really do. I want to heal this, and as long as I am here with Paul, I cannot heal all of that childhood trauma. Okay, there's no way. He is holding me back like a leash on a harness. He's literally holding me back. I thought he agreed to this, all of this, to this entire transaction. No, it was the divorce. Now he's going into denial again, and he's going into excuses again, and he's going into procrastinating it again, and thousands of excuses why we can't do this right now. Okay, so I cannot continue this for another month. Okay, I can continue this. I maybe continue this for another 2 weeks, but I cannot continue this for more than 2 weeks. So that I cannot do for weeks or whatever. I cannot. No way. I cannot. Then we would have to deal with it through phone or something. I cannot. I can't stand it anymore. I cannot. I tried to make clay figure videos about the crybaby and trying to, like, the Xeno box, and that's what the psychoanalytic or therapists do with their clients. You lay out your situation and you talk about it. You do a role play with the figures. And I've done all of this. That was good. That's not helping enough, of course. So he is never going to work on himself, just as my mother is never going to work on herself, or my dad. I don't know about my brother. He would have to be humbled way down before he would be willing to go through the ego dissolution funnel. And my brother is not likely to be humbled down because he has 100 women lined up for him. So that's not very humbling. That doesn't get you into the ego dissolution funnel. That just keeps you perpetuated in your act outs of self-glorification, which is not self-love. That's not self-love. Self-love is when you genuinely love your body without needing to be adored. Okay? In your own room, you hug yourself and your body, and you say, I love you, you precious living being. I love all of you, us cells. You are doing an amazing job. You are amazing. You're powerhouses. Okay, that's prana. That's self-love. Histrionic personality disorder, self-glorification, bragging. That's not self-love. That's an act out. That's a counter reaction to childhood pain of abandonment, and where the mother was not really available. Okay, so that's one way to act out. And there are so many different ways, and so because of the different brain anatomy, different ways that people act out. Many act out by killing other people. I kill you, see. That's what we kill you, see. That's what we do, as some mafia people would say. I saw an interview. We kill you, see. That's what we do. It's the most normal thing in the world. Okay, it's time for therapy centers. It really is, it really is to set up. It is really, 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 really important. It is so important. It's more important than ever before. Okay, so, and that's what I want to do. That's my goal for my life. Okay, take care. Bye bye.